Hey everyone, Ayana here. I have with me tonight for another episode of Open Conversations, which we haven't done in a while. I have my friend Artrial and my friend Angel, which they are also a lovely couple. It's too cute. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves a little bit, that'll be fine. We can start with the lady.
Hi, I'm Angel. I'm from Miami, Florida. I'm an artist studying in animation and film, and that's me.
That's hard to follow. Martrell, I am a actor and writer. I am a good friend of Ayana. I've known her for years. She's annoying, and that is me. Yeah.
It's okay. I can totally edit that out.
You probably shouldn't, but I know you will.
No, I might not. It's
All
fine.
right.
Y'all don't have to mute yourself. It's okay.
Okay.
Um, so anyway, so we're talking about our random things that are going around in the country, which we're getting closer and closer to election, and it's kind of scary. So questions for you. So you're both kind of in the South slash Miami. Technically, you can't really consider it the South. You can, but you can't. It's like the stepchild of New York. Um,
Except
but
with a lot of Hispanics.
yeah, so what have been some of your experiences, I guess, growing up or something that sticks out most to you even within this year? Either one of you can start.
The hardest thing is not like the unemployment, to be honest. There was so many people who had to be relieved from their jobs because of this pandemic, and um, a lot of people did end up doing jobs on online, but there's a lot of jobs too as well that were um, that you can't be in a you can't do it online pretty much. So that has to be the hardest thing for me.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine that.
I
Especially, I mean, you being an artist, you do a lot of photo shoots, right?
Yeah, that too. I have not been modeling when I the whole COVID thing happened. I wasn't able to do photo shoots for the longest, and I think I've done only probably three or something like that in a year, which was not very little. And I just it's kind of hard, and you're trying to be safe, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Tree.
I agree with her on that. I think the hardest part of this year for me is not being able to work because my entire industry shut down. I'm sure you can relate. The entire industry completely shut down until about September of this year, and I've been finally getting a little bit more auditions and things like that. I was able to focus more on my writing, but I'm gonna be real, I really didn't. I kind of took it as a vacation. Um, but I think that's been the hardest thing to sort of navigate, and even more coming out of COVID, realizing that my industry is kind of changing. Um, there is there is not going to be as much theater, how to say it, revenue that we were getting before. So with that, a lot of the bigger companies such as Disney and Amazon and all these other companies like Netflix are of course going to more streaming rather than trying to get the movies in the theaters. They're just making movies that can go on some sort of streaming platform and try to make money through their streaming now. So it's kind of affecting the actors a bit as far as like the money that we'll be making from residual, because a lot of our big checks come from the theaters. So that's how it's been affecting me. As far as anything else outside of COVID, I don't know. Seeing America and the rest of the world kind of push into a different direction as of Black Lives Matter, and as of just other minority rights, as well as something I noticed with your website, something I really love when I was looking at it, was that the option to put that it is Black owned and also female owned was something that was completely new to me that I didn't even realize was a thing.
Yeah.
Um, but these kind of changes are things that are needed and are great. um, but yeah, those are changes I've noticed throughout this year.
Definitely. I feel like you have more to say on that, but you're just like,
I,
I'm just
I
gonna stop.
yeah, yeah. 2020 has been an interesting year, I think, for everybody. And I know it's one of those things where it's not just for me,
Yeah,
it's not just for people of my color too. I know it's been people of all colors that
Yeah.
have been experiencing some form of I hate to say the word oppression, but also been kind of given a spotlight and more of a voice this year rather than anything. It's not so much that that voice didn't exist, but it's been seen more and heard more this year rather than any other year before.
Hmm.
Um,
I agree.
and it could be because of the world taking that pause and having nothing else to do but to listen,
Yeah.
that even happened. Um, I don't know. I could talk about this all day, but I'm not going to. Yeah.
Fair enough. But I appreciate your point of view because it's true. As we all know, this year has completely gone off the rails for a lot of people. Your industry, my industry, Angel's industry,
Yes.
like, and just trying to figure out what's next, how to navigate everything, definitely has been difficult. But I think we're managing, and in a lot of ways, it's not as bad as a year as it could be, but it's still pretty rough.
Yes.
Definitely. So, I guess my next question would be, um, considering the fact that we're all creatives and we've been going through this stay-at-home order, or things are starting to open back up, or it's like a whole menagerie of things you don't even know which way to go. Um, What have you been doing to keep your creative juices flowing or stay relevant, I guess, or involved? Yeah, involved is the word I'm looking for.
As in before things started opening, or
Like
meanwhile things are opening back again.
all of the above.
All of the above. Um, Before, to be honest, there was a point where I was still trying to find my path, because I just recently found out that I'm not too much into animation. I've been working on things, and trying to do, for example, animating and helping him out with his story, where it comes to like this one thing he wanted to work on, and he was like, he wants this one character, and I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm gonna just do some of this, and I enjoyed it, which was really dope. And I realized that there has to be certain characters that I will actually work on, and if I really enjoy it. But it's just like I realized that with myself, there are some things I need something, maybe something that like because there are gonna be times where I'm not gonna like the character, not gonna like the story, but I want something like, you know, that's still gonna keep my great creative juices flowing, and something I'm gonna be super passionate for. And I've gone through multiple things, and I learned that I don't like sewing in general. I just don't like it. I tried doing that. I like designing clothes, like as in like drawing it and thinking of different ideas, and I'm like, sewing, like, no, I can't do that. um Currently, like now, I really enjoy at least because he showed me about writing and stuff, and I was like, I like this stuff, because it's very different. You can create your own world. And another thing I enjoy is that I'm starting to do or trying to learn is cinematography and directing. And currently, ever since I had this recent project, I've been really enjoying like how the process are, and just trying to. But to answer your question, is like sometimes, like even like this whole COVID thing, um, trying to risk it, even risking it, trying to be out there by just doing, like, trying to do, like, work on projects, like the video I want to do, that I want to really direct. And recently been just doing like photo shoots and video shoots with other people, so it's just like just trying to just basically be on set, and just making videos is what I really enjoy, and that's how I keep my creative juices flowing.
That's perfect. You sound like you're busy.
Starting to. Now I'm starting to try to get back into it, you know. I always, for the longest, I was scared to leave the house, as in like, because the whole COVID thing. I
Yeah.
just recently got back into working. I was super like scared to be like working, and I wanted to do it online. And I actually got a contact tracing job. I mean, not a license for that, and hoping to get like a job online. But I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna start working outside and try to do other projects and stuff. So
Well, that's good.
yeah,
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you're still doing your thing and making sure that you're expanding even because that's pretty much what you're doing and that's great.
yeah.
Awesome. Sir.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Um, well, she's been a little bit modest with it, but I don't know. Like I always fall back when I'm not acting. I try as much as I can to create. So I've been falling back into not necessarily writing on the book that I've been writing on for a very long time, but I actually wrote a whole separate sort of narrative story that is going to be a thriller. I was hoping to shoot it actually this year, but some things fell through because of reasons. And it wasn't able to happen this year. But still, I'm still hoping to get that in the works for next year and have that releasing by hopefully next Halloween. Fingers crossed. But no, just trying to, I don't know, trying to push out as many ideas as I possibly can. Any idea that I have, I feel like it's worth writing down, regardless of how bad it might be. It's something I can still work on. So I don't know. Outside of that, I've really just taken COVID in the opposite direction that most people have taken it, and I've kind of just took it as a period to relax. I kind of realized one thing was that like nobody was able to work, nobody's able to do anything. So I was like, why am I stressing myself out if everybody's at the same period where nobody can do anything?
Yeah.
So I kind of took it as a couple months to just back away and just focus on other things that I wanted to do outside of like just work. I got back into video games a bit. Spent time with my family, spent time with Angel, spent time with my friends as much as I could, and all these things. Talking with you, that's how I've been to keep my creativity going. I don't know, just any way that I possibly could. I just did. I think like I live just a creative life in general. So yeah.
That's factual. We know this is the way it goes. But that's a good thing. You're not stopping because, well, yeah. But everybody needs that period of recuperation. And yeah, if I were stuck here in Cincinnati by myself, then yeah, I'd be either doing that or trying to figure out something. But no, I was in Virginia, so at least I was working, not going crazy.
That's good. That's good.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. For me, so much, yeah. Well, we know what I've been doing. Mostly like
But
trying to
do
get
we
my
though?
stuff out.
No, come on. Like you gotta elaborate more than that. We went through a whole detailed discussion about what we've been doing.
I
We
got
need
you. I
more
got
from
you.
you. All right.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, like I said, I got stuck in Virginia for 5 months. So I was working at the funeral home. But after that, so I finally got my clothes in, as you know, because you finally
Yeah.
received your
Yeah.
your order.
Yeah. Yeah. Say more. Say more.
See, look.
I love these. They're so
Uh,
light. They're so light though. Like you didn't tell me. Okay. All right. I was gonna brag on you, but I'm gonna
go for it.
Yeah, brag about
so
me.
so she didn't tell me how like light these shirts are, and I didn't realize it was like a sort of like almost mesh sort of material on the shoulders and even on the back that makes it like super breathable too. So it's one of those things where it's one of those shirts where like it feels like you're not wearing a shirt, like you feel almost like naughty wearing this kind of shirt, like you don't know if you really got it on or not. But no,
What?
it's super super lightweight, and I love these shirts. Like they fit so well. It was one of those things where I know you're nervous about the sizes when you first sent it to me, but it honestly fits really, really well.
Awesome. I feel like you need to do a video review of this and just like post it.
This right there. Wait, more there.
Yeah, you're there.
Yes.
Well, I'm
I
glad
love.
you love them. That was a struggle with getting those shirts. I mean, I fought with him for like 6 months. That's how bad it was. But other than that, I had come up with the spring collection for 2022, like earlier in the year. And I was like, oh, we're going to get fall out. I might get it started. No, I didn't even get my first sample for the shirts for the fall until March. So I was like, well, we're going to push this back to next year. So it's going to be fall 21, not fall 20. So at least I'm kind of ahead, but I need to now start designing fall 22. I don't think I'm ready for that, but you know. So for me, creative juices, I was like, all right, let's step back. We'll do some research. We'll figure out like what comes to me. So I haven't come up with like new inspiration for like the next collection, but I've been sketching. I've been doing charcoal drawings recently, which is nice to just kind of get back in and like do those. Sometimes if I'm relaxing, my drawing is drawing hair, which may not even make sense, but it's just, you know, dating, coloring, doing hairstyles and like chilling out.
The more you know.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just very relaxing. It's not stressful. I mean, illustrating clothing isn't stressful either, but if I'm telling myself I have to do it, then it's going to take me a while to figure out like what exactly do I want to design though. I don't want to
Because you're
make
stressing yourself out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know. So yeah, other than that, now I've been mostly researching, trying to find people to collaborate with, trying to find different stores to possibly get into. Thankfully, like they're open, so I can start calling them and bugging them, emailing them. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing this whole time.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's like it seems like you're more focused on like growth, and I'm glad that you're like not stuck. I know like sometimes it gets hard to think of like a creative idea or think of like something new to do for your next line or for whatever you're looking forward to doing in the future. I guess it's so hard to come up with that kind of stuff. I'm glad that you like at least you looked at it as a positive. It's like, okay, the fall didn't work this year. That doesn't mean it still can't work. Like I still can't make it happen. That kind of thing. And that's where I kind of took with my project where I was like, there's something I couldn't do this year, but hopefully I can still do it next year. Still put the energy towards it whenever
Exactly.
the time comes with it. So yeah.
Yeah, I had also planned to do a collaboration with a local nonprofit organization, but things kind of fell through. Not so much on my end, but yeah. So I was like, well, I'm glad I didn't start developing anything for this other than having the sketches done and like the technical flats done. But yeah, that was sad that it didn't fall through. So, but it's okay. Moving on to the next
Yeah.
great thing.
Yeah. Opportunities always calling.
Indeed. So, Angel, you have any new collaborations lined up?
Well, just the music video that I'm supposed to be directing so far. That's the main thing I'm working on. We just recently, yesterday, we just went through, I met up with the artist and we went through like the storyboard, how it's gonna be drawn, like each angle, the different now we're and we thought about the locations and how we're gonna do it. Today I went to in more depth about it, how we're gonna do it, if we're gonna end up adding visual effects into it, and just going through it in more in depth. So that's it pretty much.
That's exciting.
Mhm.
I can't wait to see this.
I'm excited too. We'll call it. We're supposed to be going through it, probably shooting uh, multiple days or so. So we're supposed to be meeting up tomorrow and looking scouting for the locations. We're supposed to. I forgot what you call it. Crapomatic to make. I have to make
Crapomatic. Yeah.
crapomatic. I kept calling it
You might want to.
crapomatic.
You might want to. You might want to explain what crapomatic
So
is.
crapomatic is basically like a draft basically of a video. So basically you record the videos whether it's on your phone or like just a regular camera, make it quick or something like that. so you know how long each angle is going to take and how it's going to look like when you do the final draft. So that's that we're going to be definitely doing, especially we have to definitely think about like certain lightings and stuff. So we're going to be going to the location, think about the lighting, what we need, what gear we need. So one thing we're lacking is certain lighting, so we're gonna get that gear, and that's it pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. Thank you for the explanation, because I would have been like, I mean, yeah, I was a part of a documentary and stuff, but that was
that term, I just learned it today. I thought of it as just mainly a draft video, but he gave me a term. He's like crap-o-matic. And I'm like, wait, crack-o-matic? Oh, no, okay. And
No,
he's like,
it's
no,
not crack.
crap-o-matic. And I kept like, we were in the kitchen with my family was there. I'm like, okay, crack-o-matic. And like my family were like,
what? Yeah, and Artrial's over here just dying.
yeah.
Like, will you please stop saying crack? You're gonna think that I
With
did
no
this.
context, because I had my headphones, so they just kept hearing me crack-o-matic. Okay, cool.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
You, sir? He's just like, I'm just gonna wait until you
What?
ask.
Yeah.
I forgot what the question was.
Do you have
Me
any
too, I forgot
collaborations
already.
lined up or anything?
Anything lined up? No, not as of right now. I have some stuff that I'm still waiting to hopefully be released this year. A couple projects that I've done already, but as far as like new things that I'm working on, sadly, no. I've done like a couple auditions and things like that. But outside of like any film work or anything like that, like I don't have anything necessarily lined up. Yeah, I'm kind of back to writing now. I have like 2 months left in the year. I have about 5 or 6 chapters left of book 3. Yeah.
Like
And then
8 years down the
hopefully,
line, no.
yeah, 8 years down the line. Still working on book 3, and then hopefully we'll be talking with people to move it to the next step next year, and getting that out on the shelves, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's all I have lined up. I don't have anything else. Any breaking news to tell you? You know,
I mean,
no
that's pretty
headliners
good
here.
news anyway. You know,
Still no headliners here. Yeah.
you know, we don't need any more scares. You know,
Scares.
on
What?
any sets or anything.
What
You
you
know,
mean? What?
I'm just saying.
I honestly forgot about that. Until you mentioned.
How can you forget?
I forgot.
It's okay.
I don't know if I want to give people context of what we're talking about,
No, I'm like,
or
no,
just let it.
I'm gonna leave it there. Leave that there. You're not supposed to talk about it.
I'm not.
Leave it there.
Maybe in a couple of years I'll talk about it. We'll leave it where it is.
That'll be good. All right. I'm trying to figure out if there's any other questions. Do you have anything that you may want to talk about?
I'm not prepared for this.
Either one of you. Take a moment.
Could be edited, so that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a question for you, lady.
Okay.
What is your biggest positive of the year? Like the biggest thing, like it could be something that happened with your clothing line, something that happened to you just in life in general, something that, you know, that you see as your biggest positive. And what would you say is your biggest negative? You can give it in whatever order you want to give it, but just posing a question.
Okay.
2020.
I'm going to say my biggest positive is finally making connections with people here in Cincinnati, like actual friendships and like creating a group of people, you know, making a little tribe. Because it's nice when you move somewhere you don't know. You're just like, all right, I have like 2 or 3 people. And then I come back after COVID and it's like, boom, 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 boom. It's not even like after COVID, it's like during COVID, but you know. Negatives about this year.
Just the biggest one, the one that sticks out among all the rest.
Let's see. For the most part, I'd have to say that collaboration. Like, I don't know, the beginning of this year started off crazy, but I had this really good feeling about the year, like not just an exuding feeling, but just all encompassing and like radiating.
Mhm.
Feeling about this year being an awesome year, which,
Yeah.
like I said, it hasn't necessarily been horrible, but it hasn't been exceptional either.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think the collaboration falling off was like the main thing. But otherwise, you know, I made connections. So I'm like,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Angel?
The like the hardest and the easiest.
The biggest positive, wherever you want to take it, and the biggest negative of 2020.
2020.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have multiple good ones. I guess also just being able to time to chill, you know. I guess last year I was like really working hard to like really like I was working my ass off uh at work, like working at like I remember I used to from like I think 8 p.m. or something like that till in the morning, or sometimes or like my other job in the morning, and I had to wake up like 3 or 4 in the morning, then work till afternoon, or like my mom's. I think I worked at the variety of that year was different jobs, like in the beginning, in the middle, and each one was like all crazy times. And then I had, besides that, I had like I was juggling school too because I was finishing my AA. And what's it called? So yeah, I got time to relax, which was great, and time to actually um, try to understand myself and learn to basically which like crafts I enjoy more, and trying to combine certain skills into one thing. Where like for example, I like uh, doing pre-production. I like putting my art, my drawing, my drawing skills into work, doing storyboarding or something like that. Um, and the negatives has to be where has to be definitely when it comes to my mental health with this whole like COVID thing, where I was just constantly stuck at home, and I felt like just a week ago I was able to be like actually physically be there with someone. No, not doing photo shoots, not doing a music video, nothing about that, but being like a friend that actually cares. Like the hardest thing was actually like not being able to give a hug or like a physical touch, like a I don't know, just being there with a friend. And just recently I went out with friends, like just for just dinner, just hanging out with all a group of friends, and just hanging out and celebrating a friend's birthday. And it was great because I like it was a year of not being physically with a person, and I have not seen you either for a long time. So it's been so I think my mental health has been the hardest thing for me. Like I felt like I was like just being here in the house all day, not having a job, struggling with like trying to know myself has to be the hardest thing. And it's just like recently it's been trying like I've been trying to get better at it, learning a lot more things about me, but definitely the hardest thing was mental health, being stuck inside the house.
Yeah, I get that.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say that my biggest positive of the year and my biggest negative of the year are actually the same thing. My biggest positive is that I was able to find time for myself and actually like breathe for once, just like not have to necessarily worry about anything, just breathe and do whatever I wanted to do and be able to just have that time for me. But the biggest negative with that was also feeling as if that like overwhelming sense of dread that you're not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing anything. I could be doing more. Uh, that sort of dread feeling coming out during this time. And that's a feeling I haven't felt in like years, like at least 2 or 3 years. Um, and it hit me really around my birthday, like turning 27 and all that stuff. Like I was like, I feel like I wasted a whole year. A whole year has gone by. What have I done? But then you start looking at the things you actually did throughout the year. Like I did 2 or 3 commercials this year. I was able to do 1 or 2 photo shoots. I was able to, work with very talented artists that I can't talk about. Like there were so many things that I was actually able to do this year. Hell, I finished an entire season of a TV show this year. Like I wrote one, that kind of thing, and those kind of things. But it feels as if nobody else has seen it yet, I haven't done it yet, that kind of thing. But when you take that back and just look at what you've actually done for the year, like what you've actually completed, what you've actually accomplished, you start to realize you've actually done more than you thought you did. But like I said, I think my biggest positive, my biggest negative are the same thing, and it was like how I spent my time.
Mm-hmm.
Like biggest positive was I actually had time to spend. Biggest negative was how I spent the time. But yeah.
That makes sense. Makes sense. I feel you. I feel you. It's always about taking that step back. I've had this conversation multiple times with multiple people. And, obviously, yeah, like yesterday, I put it out there too. And that's something I always have to remind myself of too, because I might make a list for a day or for like the week, but I might not get just like 1 or 2 things or a couple things. But like, just step back. You have to remember how much time goes into the certain activity that you have done, or what did you get done, because you still got stuff done. And it all adds up in the end. Whether you finish the list or not, you've accomplished more than not doing it at all. So, it's always good.
My baby understands. Yeah.
This guy. Angel, do you have anything?
I don't know what else to add, to be honest.
Fair. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll throw one more question out there and I'll leave it at this.
Okay.
So with what 2020 has been, what is your biggest, I don't want to say expectation, because I feel like expectation is the wrong word, but the
What are we looking forward to?
Yeah, that sort of thing. What are you looking forward to with the upcoming year, with 2021? Like, what do you want most for 2021?
I'm gonna let Angel answer first.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So wow, that's interesting. Like that's a hard question, and I never really thought of it too much. Well, this whole thing about learning myself and eventually, like, I really like the whole directing side of things and thinking about like the cinematography and planning out things and being on set with people. I definitely want to do more directing. I definitely want to work on more films and stuff for other people. And I know I have a lot of music artist friends, and they definitely need music videos. And eventually I do want to make my own, obviously my own idea of a regular short film and with something I've written. So definitely that's gonna be a goal of mine, to direct more.
Awesome. Well, let's see. Obviously, I'm excited about getting fall 21 stuff out. And so what I've been doing is trying to create, I was looking at creating women's wear collection. But what I've decided to do is most of my stuff it can be seen as unisex. So I'm trying to market it as unisex as well. But I will have a women's pant coming out for fall 21. So I'm excited about that. What else am I excited about? I don't know, I guess just still growing, really, business-wise and personally. Oh, that's mainly it, you know. I mean, yeah, you're stuck at home, but it doesn't mean you can't grow. So growing my
Mm-hmm.
network, growing my personal goals, you know, more in faith, more in attitude and outlook on life.
I was with you till you said attitude, but yes,
Well,
growth. Growth was my answer. I was like, I just want to grow more. I just want to spread myself more. Like I don't know. I'll go international, go worldwide. Like put myself in places I didn't think I was going to be. That kind of thing. I just want to like, I don't know, be able to expand on what I've already done. That kind of thing. That's what I said when you said growth. I was like, yes, that's what I was gonna say. But yeah, I don't know about the attitude part.
well, you know,
You
I
need to
don't.
chill sometimes.
Attitude is
See,
like whatever.
wait,
It
whoa,
depends on
whoa,
what you're
no need to
looking
have
at.
an attitude. No need to have an attitude.
It's no, it's just,
No, yeah,
no.
I agree.
Well, you know what? I have to agree. I have to like now. I'm like, let me retract my negative because I really was planning to travel this year, right? For at least a trade show. Use that as my excuse. So I really wanted to go to like Portugal, and Portugal trade shows like this month, and that would have been awesome. I just wanted to go somewhere. I wanted to do my
Something
full
somewhere.
photo shoot in
Hmm.
Iceland. No, you can't go anywhere.
Sick.
Iceland?
Iceland.
Okay.
It had the
All
whole
right.
vibe that I was going for. It's okay. You make do with what you have.
I'm just surprised to hear Iceland. That's something I don't ever hear.
I want to go to Iceland. It would be cool.
So, okay.
All right. Well,
Yeah. Those are all the questions that I have.
same. And Angel said she didn't have any. So,
No, I don't have any questions.
well, thank you for joining me and having this conversation.